let's go to the Deseret First Credit Union hotline and get out to the 38-year veteran as the BYU football radio analyst, Marc Lyons. Marc, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm pretty frustrated right now. I'm sitting here in traffic at point of the mountain trying to get down there just to see you guys.
That's what we heard. It's some pretty gnarly traffic, but we appreciate you jumping on the phone and chatting with us. So, Marc, we've got an interesting matchup here. We'll break down Hawaii's quarterback Cole McDonald saying he's playing, but first, we're talking about if Zach Wilson plays for BYU and potentially starts. We'll see. What do you expect from him in his first go, potentially as a starter?
Well, I do think it helped him a lot to be in a couple games already. So he's been on the field. He had that experience. You never forget the first time you run onto the Lavelle Edwards field. And so he's had that. Now he's going to have a chance to come out and play football in a meaningful situation. And I think that he's going to be pretty level-headed. He's going to take a few chances. I heard you guys talking about it. But I also think they're going to run a little bit of an ordinary offense for him, somewhat run control early in the game, and then allow him to make throws that he's comfortable with, and then allow him to, work his way up to where he's going to be able to just compete as a normal quarterback.
It was only 3.5 minutes, and there were a lot of things that you can say, well, at that point the game was over. Utah State wasn't playing as tough a defense because they knew that the game was not in doubt. What did you see out of Zach Wilson in those 3.5 minutes as he worked the ball down the field and ultimately into the end zone?
Well, the part I loved was when he scrambled, and he got through the line pretty cleanly. And then he just broke the ankles of that defensive back for Utah State. He made a move to the left, a move back to the right, and the guy starts to anticipate. Usually you don't make a third move, and then he made that move back to the left, and the guy went to the ground. And that was pretty impressive to see that he was able to set that up so well and execute it so well. You get, when you're as a quarterback, when you start to scramble, you're in a semi-panic mode, because you've already changed what was supposed to happen. And so for him, many times as you come out of there, you try to run faster than you can. And he was under control, did a great job on that move. I was impressed with that. And then, he threw the ball accurately. Shumway made a great catch on that back shoulder throw. But I felt like he was having some fun. Glad that he was a quarterback at BYU.
Zane Anderson's out for the year. He's going to return next year since he can redshirt with the new rule, which is great news. What kind of impact do you think that makes on the BYU defense?
I do think that Zane's a big part of being able to cover. He's a good cover guy. He's got good speed. His size was, I thought, going to be a little bit of a limitation for that outside backer on the run game, but his coverage skills are going to hurt not having him there against this run-and-shoot offense of Hawaii. And, man, they are impressive. They do a lot of really good things. I know the next question is going to be, how's BYU going to defend it? Is that the next question?
It actually was.
How's BYU going to defend it, Marc?
Well, let me tell you what I think. He gets rid of the football so quickly, it's going to be hard to pressure. Usually the answer from me is always get some pressure on the quarterback, making him uncomfortable. But I think you have to use Army's blueprint. They came out and played tight man-to-man. They rushed 3 men many times and got 2 sacks